Thank you for caring about autistic and neurodivergent individuals and their families in your community. If you're in communications, you have a powerful opportunity to educate and influence public perception through your speech writing, social media content, and media releases. Don't let the changing landscape of preferred language and symbols discourage you from honoring World Autism Day or championing inclusion and acceptance of autistic community members. For us, accessibility and inclusion are closely linked to understanding, support, and acceptance within our close social circles and society. While recent years' discussions shine a welcome light on autistic children, autism doesn't end at 18 or any other age. Please ensure that your content reflects autism across the lifespan. This video shares current neuroaffirming practices that Autism Homebase endorses and promotes to reduce and repair stigmatization. Autistic self-advocates want you to know that autism is considered a neurotype, referring to the way a person's brain processes sensory information. Different, not less. How to refer to autism is an ongoing discussion among self-advocates and academics. Person first or identity first? While Autism Homebase encourages any and all positive conversations about autism, and while we are happy to adjust our language in conversations to reflect the preferences of the individual we're speaking with, when we are sharing information in writing or in presentations, we are intentional in our use of identity-first language. We proudly identify being autistic as inherent to our identity and appreciate you recognizing and reflecting this in your communications. The autistic community favors capitalizing autistic to reflect the unique culture shared by autistic people. When autism appears in the middle of a sentence, it should be treated as a common noun and should not be capitalized, unless it's part of a title or a specific name. Please do not use language such as at risk of or suffering from. Autism is not something to be cured, no more than you are looking to cure your skin or hair color. Deficit-focused language and labels that emphasize negative perspectives are harmful by reinforcing negative stereotypes. Phrases like behavior intervention can have an oppressive tone. We appreciate skills development, supports, tools, adaptations, or strategies that make us more autonomous and successful in the community. So conversations should focus on positive outcomes instead of diminishing or quashing interests or characteristics that are tied to individual preferences and happiness. We invite you to reframe your discussions to highlight the experiences of specific autistic individuals. This helps create spaces where people feel welcome and are more likely to participate in a meaningful way. Symbols are important communication tools too. The puzzle piece, often widely associated with autism, has a complicated history with the autism community due to its origins and affiliations with puzzling traits or not fitting in or not being complete. In 2005, the infinity symbol was proposed as an alternative. We support and promote the multicolored infinity symbol, signifying inclusion and acceptance. We recognize autism as neurobiological. There are real differences in the autistic brain. The diagnostic criteria includes differences in social interactions, differences in spoken or non-spoken communication, and restricted or repetitive interests and activities. There are often differences in motor skills and executive functioning too, but rather than discussing the biology of autism, we invite you to talk about the human condition, similarities, or differences among people. World Autism Day on April 2nd is recognized by the United Nations as a means to affirm and promote the full realization of all human rights and fundamental freedoms for autistic people on an equal basis with others. When considering a flag raising or proclamation, think about adaptations you can make so that your ceremony or event is more inclusive and sensory-friendly. Invite autistic individuals and allies to lead and participate in the ceremony, and follow their lead. Provide a quiet or private viewing area, avoid loudspeakers. Instead of clapping, invite the audience to wave their hands in support. Provide seating so that individuals who have a hard time with crowds can claim a safe space where they won't be jostled. Autistic community members may not be comfortable with social greetings. Adjust your expectations and be accepting of their experience. Be a model of acceptance for your community. Communications can be tricky because words can be subject to scrutiny. We appreciate your best efforts to move autism acceptance forward. We're on your side. If you have questions or comments or want to add your unique perspective to the conversation, please reach out to info@autismhomebase.com. Thank you for caring about families like ours.